Hey, welcome to Color Up. Today we're going to talk about dice control, dice influence. I'm here with King Dice. You can check out his channel in the link below. But actually, you're hosting me today because I'm in your place, right?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, so he's actually hosting me today, so I appreciate that. I got to come out to his table and check things out. So we're going to do a few videos together, and we're going to start off. I'm going to learn a little bit about dice control.
What do you want to learn?
Well, up front, I gotta say, I am pretty skeptical. So, especially seeing you see a slow motion video, then dice it. I'm still trying to catch my breath from running around, but so let me take a second here. So, I do have an open mind because I know there's so many things that are deemed impossible that we do, we accomplish and stuff. But,
correct.
That being said,
so you know what dice control really is about? It's about eliminating the 7.
Well, yeah, okay. So I know, like Wizard of Oz says. So basically, the 7 should roll 1 out of every 6.
Correct.
So if you can push it to 1 out of every 7, just 1. Like if you're betting a line bet and odds, you have like a 9 or 10% edge over the casino.
You're catching the edge, correct. But see, the thing is, a lot of people don't understand consistency. Dice control is like being a baseball player. Imagine you learn how to pitch consistently and you get over the strike zone consistently. Now you have a better odds of striking out the baseball player. It's the same way with dice. If you can get a consistent throw, keep it on axis, you're going to have longer rolls. And the longer your rolls are, it's going to be better the odds of making money at the casino. A lot of people don't understand that. I can't say that I'm going to shoot a 5.
So that was kind of one of my questions. A lot of people think well, dice control means I'm going to roll a 4 and make lots of money because I can call it out. But that's not what it...
No, it's not. So what's so cool about dice control, there is different ways to utilize the dice correctly. So you have like the hard way set. With the hard way set, if it's thrown on axis, you're going to get a higher percentage of hard ways. Imagine if you had 10 shots and you can get 3 out of 10. You're hopping them bets, you're going to make money. You're giving yourself advantage play. And being consistent with your advantage play is going to give you the ability to make money. Just because you train to be a controller doesn't mean that you're going to be the guru, like I'm throwing 5, 6, 7. No. What you're trying to do is eliminate the 7, be consistent about your throw, utilizing dice correctly, like the 3V, the 2V, the hard way sets, different combinations to get certain numbers in that area, outside numbers, inside numbers, hard ways. But it's a lot of training. It's a lot of muscle memory.
So we'll get to that. So I guess that's where I know a lot of people it doesn't sound like you care too much about the semantics of what it's called, because I know a lot of people are like, well, don't call it dice control. We want it influence or this or that, or so. But to you, it's not a big deal. It's just,
you know what? The only thing I look for, and I teach people in my videos, is can you be consistent shooting 5 times and hit the numbers 5 times? And if you can do that consistently, then you're going to make money. But I teach people how to learn about their pitch count. How many times can they roll before they get a 7? I've been doing this for 4 years, and I got really good in the last year and a half. And I've trained a few people that I can say that they're pretty consistent throwers, and I've made money with them. Dice control is about what you put into it, it's what you're going to get out of it. And I hope today when we do our videos and show different kinds of strategies, different kinds of throwing, that people would be more influenced on the practice, not the gambling. Because I don't teach people how to gamble. That's not what I'm trying to sell. What I'm trying to sell is teach people how to be professional athletes. Just like a bowler, somebody shoots darts, somebody's going to be a baseball player. Dice is an athlete sport. It's muscle memory. It's about learning how to be the best that you can be. You're only going against yourself. And once you learn what your potential is, then you can maximize it and then go have fun at the dice table and have a good time.
Well, let me back. You said you were trying to sell some, but you don't
No,
actually
I don't sell
anything.
nothing. What I mean is sell is a lot of people go out there and they, oh, I could promise you this, or I could show you the greatest strategy.
They
of
actually
doing-"
sell that.
Correct.
Right.
But what I'm trying to sell is how to have a fun time, how to make yourself better, how to have a better experience at a casino or with your friends. How can you be proud of what you did and what you accomplished? To me, that's dice control.
What got you started in dice control? I know a lot of people start playing the game and then immediately you hear something
No,
like,
I'll tell you the truth, and everybody has watched my videos. I went to Vegas 4.5 years ago. I'm shooting, and I made $15,000. And I went to a casino. I had to buy 2 tickets, and I come back and I stop at the table and I played the field. I lost $15,000 in 5 minutes.
so how did you win the 15? Just
Oh,
you
just
didn't know what you were doing?
just doing luck. I was
Okay.
always a lucky guy.
Okay.
But then luck just ran out.
Sure.
And I'm leaving on the airplane 4 minutes later, like every story. And I'm like talking to my wife. I'm like, there's got to be more to this.
Okay.
And I went and read all these books. I've seen all these videos, but nobody was telling you nothing. By trial by error, I kept on learning. And I would get snippets from this, snippets from that, snippets from here.
Well, no one tells you because it's all behind a paywall, right? Mostly it's expensive classes or...
You have to go pay to learn and everything. And I met people that paid and they did get something from it. I'm not going to say who or what, but there is one group out there that I know 3 of the shooters that are doing really good. And I'll just put it this way. He's the king of the dice.
So I'm not trying to dog it or anything. I
No.
mean, there's nothing wrong with charging for services and different things like that.
I mean,
but,
honestly, if I'm going to promote, if I was going to say there's one person out there that
well, I'd probably rather you not say.
Let's don't say that.
But anyway, you approach it yourself. You found your own path.
And then the thing is, if you go watch the beginning of my videos, I had to learn the ABCs from the swing and all that. So I had a high swing, and then a guy named 59 Chevy, he's in my chat. He's like, King, slow this up. When I went on YouTube a year ago, there were some really good shooters that took the time to critique my game.
Okay.
And 59 Chevy was the guy that showed me how to get my drawback. Once I had the grip, but when he taught me how to bring it back 6 inches, changed my game. I went from a
Shout out to 59 Chevy.
Oh, dude, I love it. He'll tell you, 59 will tell you, he's one.
I don't know who that is, but
yeah, he's my group. He changed my game. I went from a 7-shot to a 20-shot. Now, my average is anywhere from 7, 9, 11. And guys, everybody's watched me. I can go off on 20s and 30s on a consistent basis. But it was learning that. And then when I learned my release, another guy showed me, have your heart, and then we'll show you about it on the videos. People watch my videos, but get my release, I call it launching the dice, but just letting it come out of your hand and using the 3-finger Boy Scout. It just was like, this works. And then once I got good enough where I felt like I could teach people more about what I'm doing, because I want to help people. Mm-hmm. I had an email this morning from a guy from England, and he was telling me about his story about shooting dice. He goes, the last year has been brutal. I just ran across you. And after watching
He's a random roller currently?
Yes.
Or?
No,
Okay.
no, he was trying to learn dice control.
Oh, okay, so he was attempting.
Correct.
But
And he goes, after watching your videos, watching your ABCs, you've helped me so much. And I was like, this is awesome. I had another guy today. This is just today. I can show you the emails. And he's like, you're right on it. And for me to help somebody, to inspire others to be great, to inspire yourself to be better. When I read these stories, what people have done, I'm just flabbergasted that I was able to touch that person's life. Because I don't teach how to gamble. I teach you how to be an athlete. And I was just like, I felt like I did something.
yeah, it's Yeah, you get emails that say you're helping. It's a cool thing.
Yeah, it is.
So I know part of my teaching actually helps me learn. So obviously, as you teach, you learn. It's a great way to learn.
Oh yeah,
but
you do.
Can you tell me a little bit about Okay, because casinos allow dice control. It's not a big deal to them. They make plenty of money, and I'm guessing because even if, like I said, I'm skeptical. Even if a few percent can do it, 99% who are trying it are not successful. So
You're 100% correct.
And I don't know if I'm guessing it has to do with practice or whatever. So kind of tell me, going to Vegas twice a month and practicing on a live table is probably not going to cut it. Can you tell me a little about what it takes, how long to practice, like what?
Okay, and you know what? I hear this a lot.
Okay.
A good example is one of our pupils. His name is Mr. B. Mr. B, we met 6 months ago, and he practices probably 6 to 7 hours a week, 3 times a week guaranteed. Then when he's in this area, he'll stop by. I gave him a key to my house. He became a real dear friend to our family. And when I tell the guys when they come to the house and practice with us, I don't want them playing. I want them practicing. How long does it take to build muscle memory?
Okay, yeah.
It's like throwing a baseball. I use this analogy all the time because it's very important. If you do everything correctly, you start building the path to success. So dice control, it goes back to ABCs. First, you got to learn how to grip the dice. I like the 3-finger. You got to do that over and over. Imagine if you gave yourself, before you shoot, a month just to learn how to grip the dice just correctly. Then you got to learn how to get your swing. Once you learn how to get your swing correctly, then you got to learn how to get your release. A lot of people are just we live in an instant society that we want. Mm-hmm. But we don't understand how long it takes to get. Mm-hmm. So to be a good dice controller, you got to look at 1.5 years of your life. If I knew what I knew today, I would have never went to a casino for 1.5 years, 2 years, 3 years. I would have saved myself some money. I have made a lot of money and I've lost a lot of money. But I make more now. There's no casino that's going to beat me. The only person that beats me at a casino is myself. If you work muscle memory, discipline, you honor that, you can go to a casino and win on a regular basis. It's when you allow temptation to overpower you. Playing too long at a casino. These are the downfalls. These are advantages that you gave to the casino. So the secret of being a dice controller, how long does it take to be a controller? It's 1.5 years of time.
Okay.
And once you learn how to control, you have to put an hour, let's say 20, 30 shots on a regular basis, because you have to maintain this, just like a baseball player.
So you said a key word. You said you win on a regular basis. So I know you're not claiming that you win every single time, but do you keep track of things?
I do.
Like kind of what have you, in your experience, what has kind of been your winning percentage? Like how often, not necessarily the money, but like do you find yourself?
If I play the 5-and-out system, if I walk up to a casino, and guys, listen, I only play by myself. I do not play with a crowded table. I have no desire to play with a bunch of people. It's not going to do you no good. I need to shoot the dice.
Is that because the time and you have to wait in between?
Correct.
Okay.
And I don't need the distractions. I am 100% focused here. It's a mental game. I teach people, remember, learning how to be a dice controller is money management.
You got the puppies. I don't know if you guys can see him. He's got beautiful dogs here.
Money management is the key to dice control. Learning how to be a dice control is number 3. And then the most powerful tool of all of it is discipline. Do not stay at the casino. Leave. 5 shots and gone.
So a lot of people, and I know I've actually had this question in mind, and I know I see a lot of that, like when you comment, someone goes, they believe in dice control, and the first thing is, okay, well, why aren't you a millionaire? Why don't you just go bomb the casino and, make a huge score? Like, it seems like everyone's always like 5-and-out or 3, playing the short game.
Well, the casino wants you to do that.
But but if you can control the dice and have the advantage.
You know what? It's like this. You can control the dice. You can have the advantage. But just like anything else, time is always against you. You can make one foolish mistake. Why do you have to allow temptation? See, greed is a mother. You don't need that. Greed, how many people, what is the old thing? When we tell you how to be a million, you know how you take a billionaire and make him a millionaire? Go gamble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
Okay, that's just it. Mm-hmm. It's all about money management. It's about the amount of time you put in there. You can make more money the short game than you are going to make with the long game. And dice control is all about the economics. If I wanted to make $10,000 in 5 minutes, I have to have the economics to do it. Do not think $300 is going to get you. You got to have a little luck.
Right. I mean, you can have I've got great random rolls with my $300 bankroll, and I walk away with 200 extra. You're not right. I get that part for sure.
And the thing is, I teach people. As much as I teach, I try to show people that 5 and out works. You can go hit it 5 times, go take a 2-hour break, come again and hit it 5 times, take a 2-hour break, and then do it again. You have to limit the amount of times. There's a reason why casinos are open up 24 hours a day.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the reason. They're playing the laws of average.
Right.
There's a reason why they're building them.
Right. I got so many questions, so this interview will probably jump around. But
do whatever.
Let's talk a little bit, and I know people are probably going to follow up with this question, but anyway, I'll just go with what I got. So a little bit about the tables. I know there's hard service, there's bouncy service. People complain about this, or there's distance. Tell me a little bit about actual table conditions and how that affects the game.
Basically, you have to ask yourself, what are you going to invest in? So for me, I invested in a 12-foot table. I bought a real casino table. I have a hard surface, and that's how I put myself in advantage. Only play 12-foot tables, only play on tables that are hard surface. Guys, listen, I have walked up to a table and threw the dice and watched them jump off the table. You know what I did? I left.
Okay.
I don't put myself in a bad predicament. I always put myself in a win-win situation. I have already put myself in a win-win situation when I invested this money to buy this table, because I wanted the same surface that I was going to have when I went to the casino. Mm-hmm. So I simulate everything here, so when I go there, I'm going to have the same experience.
So that limits only certain casinos
Correct.
match up, right?
Right. And believe it or not, a lot of casinos match up.
Okay.
And I have a list of them, and I'll go do my rounds and go have fun.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. Okay, so I know, so there's the grip and there's the throw, but a huge part of it seems like a lot of people just talk about dice setting, which the orientation of the dice, or tell me a little bit about that.
So you have like the 2V, the 3V,
right.
The hard way set. These are certain ways to set the dice. Just because you're setting the dice in your hands doesn't make you a dice controller.
So that's just starting position,
Starting
right?
position.
Okay.
We call that A in my book.
Okay.
And not my book, but my videos.
Okay.
We learn A. A is very important to learn. Then we teach B. B is how far you come back. And then C is the release of the dice. And we're going to go over things. We're going to talk about that in your video today, and we'll go through the basics, because a lot of people are launching at C point. And today I'll prove to you, and I'll show you when you get done, you'll be able to do it. And you'll be like, oh, they come out of my hands pretty easily, because we're using a pendulum. And it works. It does work.
So the starting point is basically because of how it reacts, and there's an ending point that you're...
Correct to that. But the thing is, you use certain sets to get certain reactions. So if you use a 3V, what you're worried about if it spins to the 3-4, and that would be over rotation. If it flips out, it's going to be a 6-1. And if you make a big mistake, it's going to be a 5-2. If you're using the hard way set, then you have the 5-2, you have the 3-4, but if you get a really bad throw, you're going to get a 6-1. Dice tell you everything you need to know. They tell you. Every 7 represents the mistake that you make. That's why it's so important to learn axis throwing.
So it seems, okay, so this is part of the skepticism, is And that's part of the question of how much of these rubber pyramids do you hit? I know that, I guess in the old days they used to try and stop them right up against the edge.
No, you can't do that no more.
I know you have to. They make you hit the bumper. So it seems like they're in chaos after, between your set and the landing point. They're in chaos when they're hitting the things. And I mean,
if you do it gentle and you get them things to hit flat, and it's like, and it's beautiful.
So I'm even thinking, okay, so there's casinos use two different size dice. There's the 20 millimeter and the 19 millimeter.
I got both of them.
So like even that slight difference, and then against the wall, how does that?
So that's a great question.
Okay.
I only play with a certain set of dice, and only go to casinos that have that dice.
Okay.
I don't train both dice.
So it goes back to like your table. You practice
everything
with
to the T.
Okay.
I don't lose. I win. The only way I lose is not figuring out where I'm going to play and what is the situation there for me. I'm not here gambling. I'm an athlete. So guys, listen, I don't shoot dice for money. I shoot dice for pride. It's about me beating them. That's what it's all about, me beating them. Get the money out of there. If you're chasing money, you're gonna lose. Money will never make you rich. Pride, art, that's what makes you rich. If you go there with all your pride in your heart, you shoot, you gave it the best you got it, you could be a dice controller. And guess what the outcome is gonna be? Because it's a byproduct, money.
Well, after a year and a half, that is, of course.
It's worth it.
Well,
I mean, I always laugh. This was my first Rolex I got from shooting dice.
Okay.
All right. And when I wear this watch, this reminds me of that shot. And I'm sitting there and I remember it today. And that's why I know dice control is real.
So a skeptical person's gonna be like, yeah, you got the watch because, I mean, you're a successful businessman. I know that, but I mean, you know what I mean? So
the thing is,
that's the tricky thing apart. There's really no way to prove that you're doing it well.
Well, I can show you. The thing is, it's not.
Well, I gotta say, so one thing and a reason why I reached out to King Dice that I appreciate a whole bunch, I think you have like over 100 videos, right?
Yeah.
On YouTubers. I don't know if they've always been live, but they're all live. So,
everything's live.
I know there's a question in the past, and some people like they only post their best rolls or this or that. I know for a fact he goes live and he does it. He puts his, he lays it on the line
every time.
So
I had one bad video, and I'm telling you, I took a lot of grief, and I was like, that was one of the best days of my life. My wife, I was like,
excuse me.
Oh, dang it. I had one bad day, and I'm going to get this much grief?
Oh, yeah, you will.
Oh, they came at me like in groups. And I was like, oh, I'll never let this happen again. And so it made me hungrier. Believe it or not, you're going to laugh at this. I became a better shooter as soon as I went live. Because you have to prove it. Mm. And you guys watch my videos, I'll go off 20-something plus. And I do it live. And I do it consistently. Now, I'm not the best shooter out there. I'm pretty good. And I still got so much to learn. And I know I'm going to get that information. But I practice hard. I know the guys that are with me, they practice hard. I know my wife. She has one of the best grips in the game. You can go watch them. I'll show you later all these messages because they practice hard. You get if you practice hard, you can get there. But everybody wants instant. They don't understand it's years of process.
Well, I think in a lot of ways, we don't also understand that you can't roll 10 to 20 every time.
No, you can't.
I know as soon as you roll a 0.7, obviously it doesn't work, and that proves that it's random, right? I mean, that's what the common sense would say, okay.
If you can get your shots up to 7 to 8 to 9 on a consistent basis, you can do some really damage. A lot of people don't understand.
We got to beat that average of 6,
correct.
Right?
But a lot of people don't understand this. If you have money management, you can throw 3 shots and make a ton of money. You can throw 1 shot and make a ton of money. Because I always tell everybody, craps is a pure economics game. What do you expect if you take $200 to the casino? How much money are you supposed to make off of it?
Well, I mean, you'd be lucky to score.
What's the law average? 20%?
Right. I mean, that's what you want to try and get.
But
it's a big day if you take your turn, you 200 into 300. I mean,
correct. But what happens is greed.
Yeah, no one walks away at 300. They're trying to get 600 off a $200 bankroll, and they ended up at 0. Yeah.
And that's what you should practice. When you get done with your practice, go play. And then write out a chart. How many times you rolled, how much money did you make, when did you quit, how far did you go? And I'm telling you, if you can practice your discipline on the table here, you can practice at the casino. And if you can practice at the casino, you're gonna come home a winner. That's dice control. It's not about rolling 100 times. And we all want that roll. But let me tell you, if you're a smart man, you're always thinking that 7's right behind the corner, because 7 is coming. You just don't know when.
So this has been, is there something that you want to explain that maybe I haven't asked you about yet?
You know,
I mean, I don't know. I've skipped through some of my questions, but I'm just kind of enjoying this.
You know what? It's like, I love your channel.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I like watching you. I think you're a phenomenal editor. I think you really love the passion of craps.
Yeah, I do.
I don't let a lot of people in my house. I don't do this for fame. This is not my fame and fortune. My fame and fortune is my family and my friends. And
well, that explains why right now you can't see him. He keeps things private, which is fine. But
I play craps and I teach craps because I don't sell snake oil. I don't want to see people lose their money. I want people to be winners. And I only believe that if you practice hard, you have fun doing it, you're going to have a better experience at the casino. I don't want to see people going to the casino and gambling. I want them to be athletes. That's a big thing with me. And I say that in all my videos. And I'll be honest, if you have a gambling problem, don't go. It's not the place for you. But if you want to be an athlete and go have fun, go check out your local casino. Use money management, use discipline, and have fun. And set limits to how long you're going to be there and follow through. You're going to be a consistent winner on a regular basis.
So I appreciate King Dice inviting me. KD, right? Okay. KD having me in. I look forward. We're gonna have a day so probably it'd be multiple videos coming out where we're
gonna have a blast.
I'm gonna have a lesson, and we're gonna do a bunch of things. So yeah, hopefully we're gonna
build
have
a relationship.
I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you kind of got some insight into this world, which I've kind of shied away from for a while. And really the reason why is because I've never had access to before. You know, I don't know, a lot of you guys know I live up in the mountains, very isolated. I'm by myself. I'm actually relatively new to the game of craps, you know, just a few years, so I have limited time.
Well, you've done
at the
pretty
casinos.
good. You've done pretty good.
Well, I'm good at making videos.
I love your videos, dude. I'm telling you right now, I wish I could edit like you. I'm a big fan of yours. I'm not gonna lie.
The skepticism is there for sure for me. So
let's see what happens in a couple hours, guys.
Yeah,
when
we will see.
Next.
I'm going to assume, because I'm a pretty logical guy, unless I see like 10,000 rolls, you know, I don't like. We're going to have a little shootout here to see, you know, just for fun, who's going to the random versus the control guy. I mean, if by some magic I won or whatever, that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't discount dice control. It doesn't prove it is or doesn't. I mean, it would take multiple thousands of rolls.
I know, but the funny thing about dice control is this. It's not all about the throwing. Throwing is one of the major aspects. If you go back to the 3, it is bankroll. Being dice control is not all about the throwing. It's all about bankroll, learning how to shoot dice, and discipline.
Well, 2 of the 3 I try to cover on my channel, but I've never been able to approach.
Well, you know what? And the cool thing about it is, let's get done with this. Let's head over here, and we're going to do random shooting for a little while. Then I'm going to show you the ABCs. And then from there, just with a little bit of practice, and I've done this with a lot of people, watch the consistency.
Hey, you heard it here on KD's channel. I look forward to it. Check out his channel. It's in the link. I'll put it in the link or the comments. It'll be somewhere, but definitely check him out. Like I said, whether you believe it or not, he does. I mean, the videos are live, so you can see for yourself. You know, he's not hiding anything. He's putting it all out there. So thanks again for having me. And yeah, I look forward to having an awesome day. So see you guys later. Until next time, good luck on coloring up.